Hi, I am Maureen Barnes, makeup artist and esthetician, and today we're going to be talking about how to preserve your makeup in the summertime when it is sweltering hot out and generally your makeup might, get a little oily and run down your face. The makeup look I have on now is from my last video on how to get your makeup done very quickly to walk out the door. The only difference is I have a light eyeshadow on. I have a color called Kitten by Stila, and I recommend in the summertime to do a light colored eyeshadow that's either a kind of a nude color like this or pink or gold. And the reason for it is if it gets oily or it smears, it's easier to clean up too. Matte eyeshadows have a tendency to collect the oil from your eyelids and the sweat, and they crease up, and it's not a good look. So less makeup is more in the summertime. Tinted moisturizers are one of my favorite. If you can get away with like a gel bronzer instead of a foundation, I would go for that. The more powder you put on the skin, the cakier it can get. So I recommend either doing a primer that's a mattifier or setting your skin, your makeup with like a clear powder or a beauty balm. There's all different companies that do it too. And makeup setting sprays too also make a great way to set the makeup and have it last longer. And I've noticed that makeup setting sprays, they range in anywhere from like $1 to $20. Honestly, they're basically the same thing, regardless of what company you get them from. Do not use hairspray to set your makeup. I had a client say that she was doing that. If you are doing blush like I'm doing, a darker pot is your best bet. The darker and brighter colors, to do less blush. Just do a little drop and then put it on, opposed to layering lighter colors and layering it and layering and layering it, because it will get cakey and it won't look as natural too. To make your eyeshadow stay on too, I recommend you eyeshadow primer too, and try setting it with a little bit of translucent powder too. I generally use cream eyeshadows. I find that the creams and the gels are the easiest to touch up during the summertime. I've given up on gloss in the summertime because it gets gooky and nasty and melts, and if anyone's ever had a lip gloss melt in your purse, well, it does the same thing on your skin too. Also fill in your brows. Do not neglect them because it's summertime. It will help frame your look. 2, when using waterproof mascara, your best bet is to use your regular mascara and then layer your waterproof on top of it. It will give it something to hold and will stay on longer too. I switched to a gel or a liquid liner during the summertime, and the reason for it is it stays longer than a pencil too. And I also try to avoid putting anything on that lower lash line, because if it's going to smear or run, it's generally when you line it there. I also, when I'm working with brides too, try to avoid doing that lower line in case they cry and the makeup goes everywhere. It's one of those things. But there's a ton of options out there. And, be careful of using too much powder makeup in general. It settles in lines, it settles in pores. If you have oily skin, it cakes up more. If you have dry skin, it kind of highlights where it's drier too. So your best bet is to kind of embrace your hair texture, embrace your skin texture during the summertime, and roll with it. Whenever it's too matte or too shiny, that's when you run into issues. And the summertime you can get away with less makeup, and those are my summertime tips. I think I covered everything I can think of offhand. If you have oily skin, make sure to moisturize underneath your makeup. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but the oilier your skin is, if you dry it out, the more oil you'll end up with. So you'll end up with a little bit of an oily mess. Make sure you're using your sunblock, especially on your lips too, every single day of the year. SPF stands for sun protection factor. Anything above a 30 has never been tested. If your sunscreen's making you look a little ashy, try one of the oil options through L'Oreal or for Clarins too. Just make sure that you're getting a suntan spray, not a tan enhancer. And it doesn't matter how light or how dark you are, you need sunscreen. Having a base tan only gives you an SPF of about 2 if you're lucky. Anything in the SPF ranges that are above a 30, the last time I checked, the FDA did not test on them. So a 60 might be great, or it might not do anything. If you have an antioxidant suntan, antioxidant face lotion, layer it under your sunblock. It will help protect your skin longer too. And making sure you have green tea, carrots, tomatoes in your diet. Your antioxidants does help protect your skin from sun damage too. So what you eat is reflected in your skin as well. Stay hydrated too. If your skin breaks out, try doing a mineral-based sunscreen or a zinc-based sunscreen. And I found clear zinc-based sunscreens all different price range, and they're all fantastic too. But if you have any questions or comments, let me know. And thank you. Please subscribe to my channel, and please pass my channel on. Have a good summer. Talk to you later.